This is Pav Bambro here for PSP Sports. I'm at the Hoddesdon Boxing Gym here today. With me I've got trainer Ben Davison. Ben, thank you so much for talking to me. How are you, my friend?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Very good, thank you. Very good.
Good.
Firstly, Ben, just talk to me a bit about your fighter behind us there. See,
Tom Little.
Exactly.
Not so little.
Tom, not so little. Just talk to us about what we did today at the gym and obviously his upcoming fight as well.
Yeah, Tom's sparring today. Good fighter, good slick fighter there. What's your name? Fabio Waldley. Good fighter. Watch out for him. Good fighter. Yeah, Tom's had 6 good rounds today. We've got another bit of sparring lined up for the end of the week, just to finish off his preparations for the Tom Dallas fight. Tommy Dove show at York Hall, February 11th.
From your perspective, firstly, Ben, how obviously we saw Tom here today, but from a trainer's perspective, how do you think everything's gone ahead of that huge fight against Tom Dallas, I believe? At York Hall. So how do you think everything's gone so far?
Very good, very good. Tom's had some world-class sparring, and now we've got some sparring lined up for Friday. So it's just to finish off, to work on a few things that we've been working on for the Dallas fight. Obviously everyone knows there was the first fight. Tom's looking to right some wrongs. Absolutely,
and obviously in terms of Tom's progression obviously as well, we're heading into a new year now, 2017.
Yeah.
How would you assess how last year went for Tom? Obviously that fight against Accolade and obviously moving forward now.
Yeah, Tom come to me with the fight already agreed with Dominic Akinlade. He was a very good fighter. He was already fighting for the Southern area. Tom come to me having only done 4 rounds before. Tom's talent he's got a lot of talent. Tom's got a lot of talent. Touching up on a few things. For that fight, we didn't have enough time to gel together. It does take time to gel together. But Tom just fell short, 2 points in it. In honest opinion, Dominic probably did do enough to win the fight, but it was a very close fight. Dominic's pushing on, fighting for the English. Maybe they'll get that fight on again, but firstly in hand, Tom's got to deal with Tom Dallas, February 11th. Now we've had enough time, there's big changes in Tom Little now, big changes.
Obviously, for fans who are attending, and obviously Tom's fans who are attending that night, as you mentioned there are obviously changes and obviously, improvements obviously as well. So, what sort of new things can we expect to see in Tom's arsenal?
Things that I'm not going to mention because
no worries.
Everyone will see him on February 11th.
No worries, Ben, no worries. And obviously, best of luck to Tom as well on the 11th at York Hall. Ben, secondly, I've got to ask you about obviously Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah.
And obviously you're in his corner. I think you're officially now the youngest trainer.
Ever to train a world champion?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was Shane McGuigan, and I think I might have taken over.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ben, firstly, above all, talk to me about that experience itself. Obviously, I know you've been with Bill for a while, but being the youngest trainer now to train a world champion, what's it like for yourself?
Yeah, I've done a lot of work with Billy Joe for a few years now. Situations come about where, I got asked to finish off his preparations, and he come away with a win. Yeah. In regards to that fight with Billy Joe Saunders, we all know that was a 10% version of Billy Joe. We all know what Billy Joe's really capable of. We both received a lot of criticism. I received a lot of criticism over that performance. But only I know Billy Joe's physical and mental state going into that fight. And I made the decisions I made with that in mind. He was in a position where he had to defend or get stripped, and he come out with a win. Obviously,
Ben, as well, you mentioned there, you said that you personally received some criticism.
Yeah.
First of all, how did you deal with that criticism? And obviously, do you think it was justified, bearing in mind people didn't actually know the situation like you just mentioned?
Firstly, I haven't got to prove myself to anybody. I know what I'm capable of, and the fighters that I work with know what I'm capable of. Was it justified? I understand what people were saying, but like I said, only I know Billy Joe's physical and mental state going into that fight, and I made decisions with that in mind.
Absolutely, and obviously, as you mentioned there in your previous comments, you said that was only 10% of what we saw of Joe. So, in your personal opinion, Joe is obviously capable of a lot more, and obviously, surely the fans can see 100% Billy Joe now heading into 2017, Ben?
Do not write Billy Joe off against anybody. The man is undescribable talent, undescribable talent, and I think now he's switched on. He had a bad 2016, inside and outside the ring. He's still world champion, and I can see already the difference in him, the way he's carrying himself, the decisions he's making, his lifestyle changes, and don't be shocked to see him take over the middleweight division.
Absolutely, and talk to you a bit about his link up with Adam Booth now. Obviously, he just announced Adam Booth is his new trainer. So, how do you see that partnership going with Billy Joe and Adam Booth moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know Adam Booth, but Billy Joe said some good things to me about him. They went and had a meeting, I know that, spoke, and all I can say is Billy Joe is very happy with how things are going. So, hopefully that partnership can lead off to where Billy Joe deservedly should be going.
How do you see a pros fight with maybe Saunders and Golovkin or Saunders and Canelo going? And hopefully, you know, for Billy Joe and obviously for his fans, you know, that huge fight can be made for him this year.
I've known Billy Joe for years. Billy Joe performs at his best when he's nervous, when he's up for a fight, when he's thinking I'm under the cosh here, when he's the underdog. That's when you get the best out of Billy Joe. And in Golovkin, he'll come to perform in a way not only even he doesn't even know he can perform, because he's never been put in that situation. For years and years at this amateur club, Hoddesdon Boxing Amateur Club, back when we was young there, every time Billy Joe was put under the caution, and almost, which is a rare occasion for Billy Joe to be the underdog, he always pulls it out the bag, always performs, always. Never write that man off.
Absolutely, and Ben, finally, after finish with yourself, young trainer, talk to you a bit about yourself to the rest of 2017. Are you hoping to add new fighters to your stable, firstly, and secondly, maybe opening up your own gym somewhere nearby?
I've got a gym. I'm setting a gym up, which I'll speak about at a later date. I can't say too much about it at the minute.
Sure.
2017. Do you know what? I'll dedicate myself so much to each fighter who's got their fights. I can only be focused on what's in front of me in a minute. And Tom Little's got Tom Dallas, and that's what's on my mind at the minute. Everything else comes second to that.
Absolutely. Ben Davison, I want to say thank you so much for speaking to me today. I wish you all the best ahead of Tom's fight in February.
Thank you very much.
Fingers crossed we can catch up with you very soon, my friend.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.